Cancer, Happy New Year. Dadhichi here with your January 2024 forecast. This is an addendum to the yearly forecast that I've done. If you've seen that, this is going to focus more on what's happening in this first month of the year. And what we notice straight away here is this sixth house combination of planets. Sixth house is your health, it's your work, it's your day-to-day routine, it's your diet. And these planets here, because you've got a few of them transiting this area, shows that can and will be a focus for you. It also has to do with your workplace agreements and the interactive processes, the workplace relationships. Mars there is not fantastic, but at least on the 5th, as you can see, it transits out of that 5th house into the 7th, and therefore you have Pluto, Sun and Mars in the foreground, 7th house, relating to your relationships. To be honest with you, this is not the best combination for relationships. Fortunately, you have this triangular, what we call a trine aspect here from Jupiter to these planets in Capricorn. So that brings the heat down a little bit, makes it a slightly better set of transits, although Mars is very, very dominant here in the sign of Capricorn, its most powerful sign. Therefore, there could be some issues there, disagreements associated with your work, because Mars rules your 10th house. It also regulates this 5th house, which is your children. So there could be some conflicts of interest there. Sun also, hot, fiery planet with Pluto there, the dominant, transformative one. Their moon moving in there on the 10th, forming a new moon phase in this 7th house, shows that even though you've got these problems, you can commence a new cycle of relating to your partner at this time. And I think the key word here is going to be flexibility, if I could put it that way. Mercury and Venus are retained in the 6th house, but not for long. Around the 15th, you'll see that Mercury will move out. And if before that date you haven't been able to communicate everything you want to, Mercury's transit into the 7th house with Mars shows that you'll forcefully do so. In fact, again, we need to rely on this softer aspect of Jupiter to, introduce a little bit of compassion, even if what you've got to say is the truth. Mars and Mercury together can really cut through and be rather abrasive and reactive. So it's important to, put a lid on it, perhaps zip your mouth and listen a little more than you speak, so that you can sidestep any of these big problems. Moon moves into your 10th house. There's a bit of an emotional situation there, and one where it connects here with the North Node. Some sort of hidden aspects of your work may need to be investigated, and indeed a new approach to your employer, perhaps. There could be hidden facets of their personality. You may be making judgment calls based upon your lack of understanding. So it's important for you to use the power of this Mercury and Mars to investigate, to search, to seek, to ask questions, rather than making statements that could indeed cause problems. Quite a bit of social activity there around the 18th to the 20th. That could be nice. There could be some sudden changes in plans as associated with this Uranus there in the 11th house. So make sure you get confirmation. Sun and Pluto move to this very, very deep, sometimes problematic 8th house. We can see that transformation definitely takes place. And as the months proceed, we'll see that Pluto is going to be moving backwards and forwards from the 7th house to the 8th house and back again, and so on and so forth. So that's telling us a lot of your work, especially in the early part of the year. We can see here Venus moves in there on the 24th, is going to be about reconciliation, working through your differences, and that can be greatly augmented by the position of Venus here. Very, very lovely combination. Notice Venus ruling your 11th house. The secret here as well, apart from just communicating, is to get back to that level of friendship that you have initially, that you had with your partner, because that Venus friendship energy is a really powerful tonic get you out of the sort of typical scenario you've been in. Here, the full moon on the 26th is going to cast its bright rays onto this 8th house of sexuality. A chance for you with these two planets, the full moon and Venus transiting this 7th house, to really cement your bond and to put aside your differences and to just get back to square one and look at those things in each other that initially drew you together rather than finding fault. So that's pretty much what's going on for the month. Don't forget, we do have some additional vital information for you on the transits of the planets for you, Cancer. There at astrology.com.au. Follow the links and you will be able to add a little bit more insight into what I've suggested here today. We've got the yearly, the monthly, the weekly and daily forecasts to help you piece together the jigsaw of your life. You've got me here if you need to drop me a line, and I'll be more than happy to do your forecast, your personal forecast for the year of 2024. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to come back next month. I'll be waiting for you. Take care now. Bye-bye.